Hello, welcome, gorgeous beings alive. This is Elmara coming to you with miracle number 90. Oh, how exciting! Only 10 more to go in the 100 Miracles in 100 Days project. How exciting! Big things are happening on Mother Earth. And I know I promised to tell you about the 2-2 miracle today, but something else has come up. And I feel like because it's miracle 90 and there's only 10 left to go, and I want to pick all the very best ones, I want to tell this one today, and we might come back to the 2-2 miracle. So, as in a chul 2-2, I mean. So just begin by taking a breath as deep as you can, in through the nose, and then out through the mouth, with a bit of a sigh, letting go of everything that's outside this moment. Filling up your belly and your lungs, and again. Holding it for as long as it's comfortable. And letting it out through the mouth. Now, if you feel some releasing beginning to happen, then you'll breathe in through your mouth and out through your mouth to release that. All yawning, burping, sneezing, farting, all good. Good, all signs energy is moving, gurgling in your tummy. That's all signs that energy is moving. And since I've had a super powerful day, despite having only had a few hours sleep between like 4:30 and 7:30 or something, I'm still going 100 mile an hour and it's 6 p.m. So big things are happening on Mother Earth. So I want to tell you the story about a beautiful little boy. And again, I wanted to continue with the theme of recognizing the power that exists within you when you drop worrying about all the bullshit, what you look like, whether you're short, tall, fat, thin, bald, colour of your skin, colour of your eyes, colour of your hair, all that stuff that the media makes us all focus on. And what a perfect way to shift you away from the magnificence of who you truly are. They do the same thing with education, status, you know, what sort of car you drive, what sort of house you live in, etc., etc. So I want you to just drop all that stuff, which if you want to know how to do that, the awareness activation, the very first one we did in early December, teaches you how to drop all the stuff about your body, all the stuff about your identity, all the stuff about your thoughts and feelings and emotions and all that. Excellent activation to help you just get back in touch with the essence, the 99% untapped pure potential, pure God source that exists within you. So just breathe for me, please. And I think I mentioned this yesterday. I have a fantastic, I don't know who this guy is, but I want to marry him, who mentions about why women especially, being the creators of all life, why it's so important that we drop all this stuff about what we look like and what makeup we're wearing and what hairdo we've got and come back into the core of who we are and have our men support us through that. Why it's so important for the awakening of human consciousness. Just breathe for me, please. And this next little, it's only a little, it's a huge miracle, but it's not going to take me that long to tell you. And this huge miracle, was little and short in essence, is going to teach you why it is so important that you are focused on who you are so that your gifts, your natural spiritual gifts, can and will wake up inside of you and you can share them just by being you. So recently, a lady that I knew like 20, 30 years ago, she has a really unusual name, Aisha. And I thought I saw her in a workshop. And so I looked her up and, of course, sent her a message on Facebook, but she never got back to me. This was like from last year sometime, maybe last October. And then she just did the other day. We had this fantastic catch up and chat about life and about everything. And after we had this catch up, 20 years has passed, and it's just so lovely sometimes when you meet someone and 20 years has passed, and it just seems like maybe, 20 months has passed, and that they've grown at the same rate that you have. Sometimes you catch up with people and you have nothing in common with them anymore, but there's others that there's just like something magical that happens when a long time has passed and you're there, and they're just people that you've known from other lifetimes as well. So anyway, after we hang up the phone from her, I just had a couple of flashbacks, but this is the one that I want to share with you. They were running a stall. I think it was a brain garden stall. I'm pretty certain that's what it was, at the Mind, Body, Spirit Festival. They were completely pooped, her and a sister, I think it was. If it wasn't her and a sister, it was her and a best friend. And I offered to go in and help them. But while we were there, another young couple who I knew because they were trying to get me into another multi-level marketing thing, but I was pretty entrenched, not entrenched, but in awe of the Brain Garden products because of their pulse and because of their aromatherapy oils. That's when I first learnt to use aromatherapy oils to heal myself instead of antibiotics. I can't remember what they're doing, some water thing or something. Anyway, it doesn't really matter. And they had told me that their little one was born, their latest child had been born, and that she had had a growth growing behind her left eye. And it was noticeable, but because of her age, and because other than that she was really healthy, they weren't going to touch it until she was at least 8 months old, so they could see, unless of course it was causing her some kind of pain. And they didn't know if it was cancerous, and they figured that if it was, then that's when it would be causing pain or some problems with her health, but she was a really, really healthy baby. And they came up to our Brain Garden stall, to Taisha's Brain Garden stall at the Mind, Body, Spirit Festival in Brisbane. And at the time, Aisha was from Melbourne, I think. But anyway, whatever, that's not really relevant. What's relevant is when they came up, the little one, she was about 4 months old, 5 months old. She was, oh, sorry, my cat just jumped up and scared the crap out of me. I didn't hear him come in. She was she was as cute as a button, but you could clearly see this growth in her left eye because her left eye was all skew with from it. And I just felt an instant connection to her. And I just put my hand down and I started, when you kitchy, with her right foot, I started just going kitchy kitchy coo, and kind of like just playing with her foot. And she started to giggle. This little baby began to giggle. And I just did it for like half a minute or whatever and stopped. And the little one started to kick her foot at me and laugh at me. And she wanted me to continue. So this is really important, this bit, because you should always have permission from the parents to do stuff with the babies. Although I think they had asked me whether I could help anyway, prior to this event happening. So, but what I do remember is the child gave me permission. So when she kicked her foot back up, and her parents had then gone in to look at what we had in the Brain Garden store. And I grabbed this little one's foot and began playing. There's those kookaburras that woke me up at 4:30 this morning, the darling beings of light. And started kitchy kitchy cooing with her foot and playing with her. And as I was doing that, and just laughing and playing and being fully present with this little one, whose soul was so delightfully amazing, even though she was just in a 5-month-old baby's body. And she was laughing and giggling, but I could feel source coming down through my crown and out my right hand into her right foot that was going up and into her left eye. I could see that happening. And she just kept giggling and carrying on like a 5-month-old baby having a delightful time. It may have lasted 3 to 5 minutes at the most. And I'd stop doing it and she would kick her foot out and ask me to do more. And as soon as she stopped doing that, that's when I stopped, and that's when I could feel the energy slow down. Just breathe for me, please, because this next week's going to blow your little minds a little, maybe, if you're fixed and in a fixed way of thinking how some things have to be healed. Within a month or so, her parents rang me to let me know that the lump, the bulge that was in her eye was completely gone. And they still waited the couple of months, so she must have been about 6 months old then, and they waited the couple of months before they did all the tests. They could find no trace of the growth that was in behind this little girl's eyes. Just breathe for me, please. Now, one of the reasons that worked, and one of the reasons I love working with children and with animals, is that they don't have a freaking ego that says this is a load of rubbish and it won't work. We, big humans, smart, who think we're smarter than the little ones, haven't trained them that the only way they can get healed is to go to a doctor and get it chopped out and stick some chemotherapy into your body or whatever it is. Just breathe for me, please. And because she was an open little being, maybe because I'd already maybe been sending her some distance healing, but she knew who I was. She allowed me this energy to come through me. I didn't even tell her parents I'd done that until they rang me to tell me that the growth was gone and was thanking me. And then I told them about having played with her foot a month or so later. That's the power that exists in you. That's the power that exists when you let go of, I'm too short, I'm too fat, I'm too bald, I'm too whatever. Let go of having to have the latest lipstick and the latest fashion and the latest bullshit. That's just trying to, you're trying to find the beauty that's within you by being on the outside, and it's just not necessary. If you find the beauty within you, you can just be a little short, round, fat lady like myself. No, you are absolutely gorgeous, and it doesn't matter what anyone else thinks. Just breathe for me, please. Just breathe for me, please. And usually, as I mentioned there, with children, you should get their parents' permission to work with them. You should not just send healing to anyone without their permission. But in this case, that little girl gave permission because all I was doing was playing with her foot, and she was just kicking her foot out wanting more, and that's when the energy flowed through me to her. So at some level, even though she was 5 months old, at some level her soul knew that I could heal her. And she was asking for more, a 5-month-old baby, not through words, but through her actions. Just breathe for me, please. And that's the power that exists within you. Breathe. And if you would like to know how to access that infinite power, we are doing a Become a Powerful Fifth Dimension Activator and Healer training program in April. Just breathe for me, please. Early to mid-April. I can't think of the date right now because I'm in the middle of the story, in the middle of the download. I want you to remember that my voice is encoding with source codes to help you integrate what's the energy coming into Mother Earth at the moment. Just breathe for me, please. And if you would like to know how to sit in that power, to awaken that power, align with that power, or activate that power and align with it and just become a vessel for source light, where everything gets better, your life gets better, joy comes to you, everything you need gets better, everything you want, comes to you, everything you need is there, and you begin, the more you tap into this 99% untapped pure potential, the more bliss wakes up inside you, and the more your unique gifts, talents and abilities will wake up then. The details are down below this video. And you can contact me through our website, www.ilmaraseraphim.com, fill out the contact form, and have a free discovery session with me. It's not a healing session, it's a free discovery session to help you You will receive healing with it's one-on-one. You'll get a blast of it anyway because healing comes through me from just chatting with me on the phone. Some people are smart enough to recognize that. And yes, so if you'd like to do that, then please contact us through our website. I'm just going to help you activate the fifth dimension, the first step of it, because even if you don't have the money, if you activate this first step, then it will bring you into alignment eventually. It'll just take longer than when you get connected to the fifth dimension, but it's certainly worked for a lot of people. And if you still haven't got the money, then commit to listening to one of these every day. Remember, lady, less than 20 days, manifests 36,000 US dollars a year for the rest of her life. Another lady manifests $93,000 after making a commitment to do a $5,995 training with me. Another lady manifests $9,000 in a 3-day weekend because she wanted to replace the $8,880 she'd paid me for a training program, and that happened on week 9 of her 10-week training program. Miracles happen all the time. Miracles happen all the time. And the fact that the kookaburras are going off their face while I'm saying that is just confirmation. Just confirmation. So just breathe for me, please. Those cookies have been going off all day. I didn't get to bed until 4 a.m. because I was doing something in the middle of the night in USA from 1 till 4 a.m., sorry. Just going to sleep, and the kookaburras decided to have a singing contest outside my window in the bloomin' gum trees outside my window. It was just like, usually they're loud, but there was like a whole, there was like one lot would go off and another lot would go off. God, I love kookaburras. All right, so just breathe for me. Breathe out, point your hands to the sun and tie the energy around the sun. And it doesn't matter if the sun's not out where you are, it's out somewhere in the world. It doesn't go down, it just goes to the other side of the world, just goes down on your side of the world. Breathe in and draw that energy from the sun down through your being, and breathe all of it out into your body, but take the last 5% of that energy down and tie it around Earth. Breathe in and bring the energy from Earth back up. Breathe it out into your body. All the minerals and nutrients, everything you need to sustain your physical life here on Earth. Take the last 5% up to the sun. Breathe in. We know this works because we used to run nighttime training programs and people still managed to connect to the fifth dimension. And it was nighttime when I first went to Melbourne. So breathe in. Breathe out. Source light from the sun. Last 5% into Earth. And I take my hands down the front of my chakras when I'm doing that because it helps cleanse them as well. Breathe in and draw the energy from Earth back up, drawing your hands back up. Breathe out, have that energy go down the front of you. Take the last 5% up to the sun. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. To your body, breathe out. And just continue that. Best done first thing, barefoot on Mother Earth in the morning. If you can't do that, and it's snowing outside, you can do it standing or seated inside, just imagining you're standing barefoot. And if you're sick, you can do it laying down on your side. Just breathe for me, please. And it will still work. And it's when you're in alignment with the totality of who you are in the earth and the sun that you can just go, how can I do this? And listen to the little intuitive hits that you get and follow that intuition and see what shows up in your life. Alrighty. Just breathe for me, please. I'm just going to send you like 40 seconds of this powerful energy that's pumping through my hands. And please do start listening to these daily if you're having financial troubles, because the only way you're going to make more money is to raise your frequency. And it doesn't matter what's going on in the outside world. It has everything to do with what's going on in the inside world. Just breathe for me, please. Breathe for me, please. And remember the magnificence of who you truly are. And let go of anything that comes up while you're breathing. Focus on your breath. All right, gorgeous beings of light, I love you, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye for now.